All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive with us. Today, we're going to be talking about something that is super important to every software engineer out there.
Yeah.
We're going to be comparing Harness software engineering insights
Okay.
with traditional BI tools like this.
Right.
You know, your more generic data analytics platforms and seeing kind of where those things overlap,
Right.
where they differ, and ultimately how you can use that information
Yeah.
to improve your own development practices.
Yeah. This is a topic that's very near and dear to my heart as a data nerd. But it's also something that I think is really important for everyone who's involved in building software to understand.
And, you know, we have to give credit where credit is due.
Oh, yeah.
Adeeb Valiulla from the Harness Software Engineering Insights team put together a really fantastic analysis on this topic that we're going to be using to kind of guide our conversation today.
Awesome.
I'm really excited to dig into this with you.
Yeah, me too.
So, you know, I think most people are familiar with BI tools. I mean, we use them all the time to track all sorts of business data, from, you know, sales and marketing to finance and operations. But what about when it comes to software engineering? You know, we have our own unique set of challenges and goals.
Yeah, for sure.
How do we get those insights that are specifically tailored to helping us build better software faster and more efficiently?
Right.
That's where Harness Software Engineering Insights comes in.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going to be exploring today. So let's kind of start with the big picture here.
Okay.
You know, one of the key differences between Harness Software Engineering Insights and traditional BI tools is this idea of purpose-driven focus.
Right.
Harness Software Engineering Insights is laser-focused on engineering excellence,
Yeah.
whereas BI tools are more general purpose.
Exactly.
So, you know, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I mean, the BI tools are great for getting a broad overview of what's happening across the business, but they're not necessarily designed to give you the kind of deep insights that you need to really understand and improve your software development process.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. You know, it's like using a screwdriver to hammer in a nail.
Right.
You can get the job done.
You can get it done.
But it's not really the right tool for the job.
It's not ideal.
And you're probably not going to get the best results.
For sure.
So, you know, you mentioned deep insights. Let's talk about the kinds of metrics that Harness Software Engineering Insights provides that you wouldn't necessarily find in a traditional BI tool.
Yeah, so Harness Software Engineering Insights is really focused on providing you with metrics that are specific to the software development process. So things like DORA metrics, deployment frequency, lead time for changes, time to restore service change failure rate.
Those are all super important.
These are all critical metrics for understanding how well your development team is performing and how quickly you're able to deliver value to your customers.
And those are things that, you know, a traditional BI tool might be able to track to some extent.
It might be able to track some of that.
But it's not going to be.
But it's not going to be as easy.
As easy or as insightful as.
It's not going to be purpose-built for that.
Yeah, right out of the box.
Exactly.
You're going to have to do a lot of customization to get those kinds of metrics.
Exactly. You're going to have to spend a lot of time setting up dashboards and configuring reports and things like that.
And then even then, it's not going to be.
And even then, you're not going to get the same level of insight.
It's the same level of insight.
Because it's not designed for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, one of the things that I'm really curious about are these trellis scores that Harness Software Engineering Insights provides.
Oh, yeah. Those are really cool.
Can you tell me a little bit more about those and what kind of insights they give you?
Yeah, so trellis scores are basically a way to measure the overall health and efficiency of your software development process. So they take into account things like code quality, security compliance, and they give you a single score that represents how well your team is adhering to best practices.
I see.
It's kind of like a credit score for your engineering team.
I love that.
Right.
That's a great analogy.
So, you know, if you have a high trellis score, it means that you're doing a good job of following best practices, and you're likely to be delivering high-quality software.
That makes sense.
But if you have a low trellis score, it means that there are some areas where you can improve.
Yeah.
And Harness Software Engineering Insights will actually give you specific recommendations on how to improve your score.
So it's not just about, you know, giving you a number. It's about giving you actionable insights.
Exactly. It's about helping you to actually improve your process.
That's great. So, you know, we've been talking a lot about the metrics.
Right.
But let's talk about how Harness Software Engineering Insights actually integrates
Okay.
with your existing development tools.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for a lot of us, we have a whole suite of tools that we use on a daily basis.
We have a whole tool chain, right?
Yeah, and we want to make sure that all of our tools are working together seamlessly.
Absolutely.
So how does Harness Software Engineering Insights fit into that picture?
So Harness Software Engineering Insights is designed to integrate with all of the popular development tools that you're already using.
Okay.
So things like Jira, GitHub, Bitbucket, Jenkins.
Yeah, okay.
All of those tools can be integrated with Harness Software Engineering Insights. And that allows you to get real-time insights into your development pipeline.
So you're not having to manually pull data from all these different sources.
Exactly. It's all automated.
It's all automated.
So you can just focus on the insights.
That's fantastic.
And then, of course, if you're using Harness CI/CD, it integrates seamlessly with that as well.
Okay.
So you can get a complete view of your software delivery process.
That makes a lot of sense. So, I think one of the things that we've been talking about is this idea of actionable insights.
Right.
It's not just about collecting data.
It's not just about the numbers.
It's about what you do with it.
Exactly. It's about how you use the data to improve your process.
So can you give me some concrete examples of how Harness Software Engineering Insights actually delivers those actionable insights?
Yeah, sure. So let's say, for example, that your cycle time is really long.
Okay.
It's taking you a long time to get from an idea to having it live in production. Harness Software Engineering Insights might pinpoint that your code review process is the bottleneck.
Okay.
And it might suggest implementing automated code quality checks to speed things up.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or let's say that you're having a lot of production incidents. Harness Software Engineering Insights might identify that you need to improve your testing practices or your deployment process.
So it's not just about identifying the problem. It's about giving you specific recommendations to how to fix it.
It's about giving you the tools that you need to actually improve.
That's really powerful. So I think it's clear that both Harness Software Engineering Insights and traditional BI tools have their own strengths.
Yeah.
BI tools are great for getting that big picture view of your business data, whereas Harness Software Engineering Insights is really laser focused on engineering excellence.
Exactly.
So I think it really comes down to what are your specific needs and goals?
Right.
If you're primarily concerned with understanding and improving your software development process, then Harness Software Engineering Insights is probably going to be a better fit for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you need a more general purpose tool that can be used to track all sorts of business data, then a traditional BI tool might be a better choice.
For sure.
So, it's really about choosing the right tool for the job.
Exactly.
Well, this has been a really fascinating conversation. I feel like I've learned a lot about the differences between Harness Software Engineering Insights and traditional BI tools. And I'm sure our listeners have as well. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay.
If you could get instant insights into any aspect of your software development process, what would it be? I want you to really think about that. And if you're interested in learning more about how Harness Software Engineering Insights can help you to achieve that, I encourage you to check out the Harness website. There's a ton of great information there.
Awesome.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We'll catch you next time.